A man is believed to have died after driving into floodwaters and being swept away.
Let's turn toward this loud vehicle. They're literally sucking up the water. A 30-year veteran with the force shot through his bicep.
Iowa lawmakers are trying to wrap up the 2013 legislative session. The search for missing teenager Kathleen Shepard is off for now.
Here's what the city's been doing, putting a lot of dirt and sandbags.
Brittany, tell us about what's going on downtown. Voluntary evacuations are underway because of flooding along Beaver Creek. Towns across Iowa are on high alert today after days of heavy rain. Flooding led to voluntary evacuations in New Hartford yesterday. The fire department and volunteers worked for hours throughout the day to keep water out of town. There is a dirt road west of town that acts as a levee, so when water breached that early in the morning Monday, crews started pumping and sandbagging. They were mostly successful aside from some water creeping into lawns and streets, but the problem now is there's more rain in the forecast. The Red Cross set up a shelter for people in Shell Rock. They also handed out water and snacks to workers in New Hartford. And you just saw him. We have Mitch Nordmeyer, the Emergency Management Director for Butler County, on the phone with us. And Mitch, thanks for joining us this afternoon. What is the latest on the flooding situation there?
Most of the residents are back checking on things now.
What are those residents seeing when they come back? Is there any damage to any of the homes there in town?
We only had just a few homes that actually got water around it.
All right. Thank you, Mitch, for joining us this afternoon. We'll be continuing to monitor the situation in New Hartford. As waters continue to rise elsewhere across the corridor, people are wondering just how much water we could see. Justin Roberts is here with your CBS 2 Weather First forecast. All right, Justin, thanks. A lot of eastern Iowa under flash flood warnings and watches until later tonight, especially here in Cedar Rapids. The Cedar River could be just inches away from reaching major flood stage by the end of the week. All of this rain is causing major problems for farmers in eastern Iowa. The showers are keeping them out of the fields even longer because it's just too wet to plant. For those who have planted, they're happy to see the seeds enjoying the moisture, but more rain could slow things down even more. So far, the biggest downside of the rain isn't necessarily what it does to the crops, but what it does for pest prevention. Some elementary school students are back in class today after a fire broke out on their school bus this morning.
It took several agencies from the federal to the local level and even out of state, SWAT teams, air support, all to bring these two men in. Authorities set up a 2-mile perimeter as soon as they lost sight of the men, and it was along those perimeter lines this standoff came to an end.
I think we're all a little happier right now.
State Trooper Bob Conrad walks up bearing a smile.
I'm glad to announce that we have 2 in custody.
This after a nearly 7-hour-long manhunt for 2 suspects involved in a bank robbery in Maynard that led authorities on a chase to Frederica.
We not only located the suspects, we located firearms as well.
The 2 men were found trying to crawl past the perimeter 3/4 of a mile north of Frederica when a Waterloo police officer heard them.
Yes, they tried to get by. Heard something, followed up on what they were hearing, and then found our 2 suspects. Good cop work, good police work.
The patrol says the arrest went down without incident or gunfire, a different tone than how the day started after the suspects shot and injured 2 law enforcement officers during the chase. State Trooper Mark Domino was treated for a shot through his bicep. Sumner Police Chief Dennis Kane was shot on his thumb, hand, and neck and underwent surgery in life-threatening condition. The patrol says Kane is out of surgery and his condition has been upgraded to stable yet critical.
I know it means it's better. I know it means that he's out of life-threatening condition at this point in time, and we're very thankful to hear that. Very lucky individual, and we're very proud of his service.
The State Patrol says they'll release more information tomorrow morning on exactly what happened leading up to those arrests and who these men are. So stay tuned tomorrow morning on the Fox 28 News at 7 a.m. for more new details. Live in Frederica, Gabe Erickson, Fox 28 News at 9.
Win or lose, she was always happy to go and watch them play.
To most, this is just a basketball, but not to Alice Weber's family.
It's solid gold to us. It'll be the center of everything for us for a while.
We met Alice at the first round NIT basketball game and quickly realized how big a Hawkeyes fan she was. Diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, told she had 2 weeks to live. She wasn't going to miss this game.
I remember when he
Hearing her story, the university honored Alice and her family, including the grandkids. Head coach Fran McCaffrey gave her this game ball signed by the team. Each player gave Alice a hug, including her favorite, Eric May.
I think that really helped her through the last weeks of her life.
Sunday, Easter night, Alice passed away in her own bed.
She took one big gasp, and I hollered for my kids, and she took 2 more gasps when they were there, and that was her end of her life. I think she was saying goodbye.
Alice loved going to church at the Basilica, playing cards, the Cubs, and keeping a tidy house. The only thing she was more loyal to than the Hawkeyes was her family.
Everything she did and enjoyed, she was passionate about.
As she stared down death in her final days, Alice Weber found life in something as simple as a ball.
I don't know, I can't explain what it meant to her. She couldn't believe that people would do something like that for her.
In Dyersville, Gabe Erickson, Fox 28 News.